Hi guys, how we doing? So I did manage to get out in time to be able to do a little bit today. I discovered that I am not eligible to be on a jury, not for anything major, just I can't be away from home while he's away from home, which, kind of makes serving on a jury very difficult. So I am currently fighting with my pink paint. I'm just trying to get a little tiny bit to touch up a couple of little spots I spotted on her. Nothing too major, just a few little bits here and there that just don't look quite right. There we go. We'll be doing the same thing on him here in a second, just touching up a little bit before we get going on the next spot. And I knew I would have to do that. It's just normal. There we go. There's always a few little spots that just either get missed or another paint goes a little too deep. There we go. Not going super nuts, just touching a few little places up. Make her look a little neater at least. There we go. Now we'll do the same thing for him. That was a lot more paint than I meant to get, but that's all right. So we're just touching up some spots here. Getting rid of some white there. Just evening them up a little bit real quick. This is something I normally do off camera because it is just a little quick and easy, but I figured I might as well since I have a minute. There we go. So now we're going to play with the browns a little bit. And I think they're going to be, their little robes are going to be pretty much the same color. Did I really just straight up miss that? It happens. Did not lighten that brown up enough. So we're going to go for the handy dandy bright white. Not much. Probably going to need more brown because that was a lot more white than I meant to do, but that's all right. Actually, no. That is still a little darker than the tone I want. So basically what I'm trying to accomplish is kind of an almost like cappuccino type color that added way too many orange tones. It's almost the depth I want, but now it's like way orangier than I want. So this is going to be a kind of a play with it until I find the color I want. But we're going to do the tops of their hats and their little robes this color. Not the tops, but the brims, seams, whatever you want to call that odd little strip there. Or maybe we'll do their outfits this shade and then lighten it up just a tiny bit for their hats. I think that might be the answer. I actually do like this color though. We want it in tones of coffee. I don't know why I picked her up first. Really not a planned thing at all, just she's who I picked up. And I'll come in with a smaller brush for that top part. And I think their little shoes are going to be black, so I'm not too worried if it gets overrun just a little bit. And I think I'm going to make their hair gray. Her hair, his beard. I thought about trying to do hair colors, but I think gray is the answer. Just, it doesn't run more brown tones than I really need to do, you know. And there we go. And I can almost guarantee I have at least a little bit of paint on my hands, since I'm holding her by her hat and I just touched her hat up, but that's okay, we're used to that. I probably could have gone for a bigger brush here, but once again, not a big deal. I think we'll come in and make her hair ties pink like her hat. Now we're getting somewhere. And if you behind my gnomes, you'll see my latest little, I didn't need it, but by God, I wanted it, find. And it is, I think it's just the cutest little thing. I couldn't resist it. It will probably be a grandbaby thing, but I don't know, I do have shelves in my mother-in-law's room that need filling, so it could be a her thing too. But I wanted it, and I wanted to paint it, so I picked it up because it's just so stinking cute. And it was like $3, which helps. And I do apologize for taking her out of view for that, but that little tight section there is easier said than done to get covered, you know. There we go. I don't think I need the little brush for him. No, that's weird. And once again, I probably could have used a bigger brush still, but I don't see the sense in dirtying another brush when this one will work just fine. I just absolutely love these little gnomes. I think they might be one of the cutest things I've come across to do in a while. They're not fancy, they're not big and showy, but they're cute and they're fun, and they bring me joy. So I think that's an important thing to remember when choosing stuff like that. I know some people who do this sort of thing, they focus solely on what is going to get them the most attention online. But honestly, if I'm doing things that I don't care for, what's the point? If it doesn't bring me joy, then I'm not going to want to do it, which is going to show in the videos anyway. So while we get through these cold months, cutesy little projects that bring me joy is basically the game. I have some statues and yard art and stuff, but working on those midwinter is not always super fun. Not to mention they are big and heavy, and right now really, really, really cold. So now we are going to add a hint of gold. If I have a hint of gold to add, that is. Not set the gold right in front of the camera. Ooh, that's nice. And then I think we're going to lighten this up just a teensy bit more after I, attempt to dump my white everywhere. Okay. Well, that was more than I meant to get, but that's okay. It was probably about what I needed. Actually, that's about perfect. It's in the same color family, so it'll complement without completely blending in. Which is exactly what we were hoping for. Trying to get in up under there. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. And this just brings them that little bit more in the coffee tones. I think I'm going to wipe it off of her nose, for one thing. I'll go ahead and make her have some coffee in that cup there. I'm going to search out my glitter white to do his whipped cream with. Because if you're having whipped cream on it, you need some sort of sprinkles. And glitter is an awful great way to replicate sugar sprinkles, isn't it? There we go. I just need to kind of get in there a little bit. All right. Am I that lucky? Is that the... No, that is matte white. That's pink. This is the fun part, because I have so many paints, and it is apparently completely impossible for me to ever put things back where they belong in a timely manner. That's gold glitter paint. Let's see. Where did I stick it? It's always a great question, isn't it? Thankfully, my room is holding its temperature much, much better. I found a couple of spots where the heat was going out. Nope, that's just regular white. Could have sworn I put it away so that I would stop accidentally grabbing it. The question is, where did I put it away? All right, plan B. Plan B is pretty easy. Lord knows I have enough. Here we go. Sorry, I didn't mean to kick you guys. My workspace is actually tiny. So we're going to grab a small brush. Make sure it's very, very clean. And then we're going to take actual white paint. And we're going to go kind of heavy with the white paint on here. And that is not an accident. The white paint being heavy is very, very intentional right now. And that so I can do, I don't want a ton, just a little. And this is where it pays to have long fingernails. Though I will be picking glitter out from under my nails probably for the next week. But now he's got his sprinkled coffee. Oh, I just noticed I forgot about his cookie. We can't be doing that now, can we? Thankfully I have this pre-mixed nice color here. There we go. That actually worked out about perfectly, didn't it? And we actually need to do her little bun that she's got in her hand. Match that bow in there. I know a brown bow is not the most exciting thing, but it's on a pink hat, so it doesn't need to be pink too. It wants to stand out at least a little bit. So now I'm going to take just a little bit of black. Not much at all, just a little bitty bit. And a little bit more of this white. Now, where I normally would clean my brush in between, I'm actually not going to. I may actually even grab a little bit of my brown. Just to add some tones to that gray. And then we're going to come in. Oh, that worked. Give him a beard. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we do want it to be pretty good. So now I'm actually going to take a little bit more of that brown. And then here in just a minute, I'm going to go over that hair tie with the pink. But it's a little easier to just kind of go ahead and tie it in first. Here we go. Can't believe we're almost done with these guys already. Just have their little shoes left. There we go. Now let's get some black for those little shoes. And then all I have to do is her pink lines and we're all set. There we go. Go. And if you guys get any oddball noises, I just realized that I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I haven't heard it buzzing, but that doesn't mean you guys haven't. There we go. It's a little too late to fuss about it now, isn't it? Well, pink. I don't need much from you, just a little bit. My pink is almost empty. There we go. And then we'll come over here and do this one. And just touch up a couple of little spots there. And there we have two very cute little coffee gnomes who will be probably finding homes in my kitchen once they dry. So I am really happy with them. I think they came out really stinking cute. So let me know if you want to see more like these guys. And definitely stay tuned. We'll probably start this guy tomorrow, just for something fun. And I will talk to you guys next time.